Okay, what a morning. Holy fuck. I feel like no matter what time of day I start my morning, whether I started at 5 or at 6, it doesn't matter. It just becomes overwhelming, like by a certain point of the day. You know how like entrepreneurs are always like, I wake up at 5 a.m. and start my CEO $1 million morning. It's like, but I'm so fucking tired of everybody's bullshit. I'm like, why is it? I mean, I have my routine. You have your routine. We both have built wonderful companies together. Mm-hmm. But why in the fuck? Like, I'm not going out and saying, hey, everybody, look at me. I'm a multimillionaire and this is my morning routine. Like, what kind of fucking cunt are you? I just don't get it. Like, in my world, in my head, I'm like, dude, no matter what I fucking do in the morning, mayhem still strikes.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to fucking hit it head on. No matter what. Mm-hmm. No matter what occurs. Head on, have to hit it. Doesn't matter.
I mean, I get behind out of the gate from something. Something comes up.
That's what I mean. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, I wake up. I fucking make my coffee. I get my daughter breakfast. I make her fucking morning drink, whether it be a protein shake or a coffee, and everything's good. And then I take her to the bus stop, and then I come back and I start my morning and I do fucking 45 minutes of cardio, fucking sweat my balls off, get in the sauna, go in there, soak my nuts and sweat for another 15 minutes, come upstairs, see my kids before they head off, and I get my shower and I start my like day of mayhem. I don't feel... I have done it an hour earlier, and it hasn't fucking changed. No. It's still mayhem. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only thing, there's like 17 minutes I have, like right when I wake up. I got like 17 minutes that nothing happens in that time period. Like there's no possible mayhem during that time period. But then as soon as that, it's...
But, I mean, the thing is, like, I have 3 children. We have multiple businesses. Like we have our businesses, and then there's gymnastics. Like, dude, there's always something. Like, at no point in time do I believe that my life will ever be like, this is my smooth transition to making $1 million this year. Like, what in the flying fuck is going on? Why does the internet make it seem like anybody can fucking do it? All you have to do is have your beautiful, smooth sailing morning routine of nurturing your brain with 15 minutes of reading. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm the fucking asshole in this group. I know that I like to take time throughout the day for myself to do things, but I guess my routine is built on intensity. Like, I like waking up and sweating and fucking grinding. Yeah. Maybe I should switch to reading. Maybe I should slow my roll and read. But you know what I realized? If I don't do morning cardio, I'm a fucking psychopath during the day.
No, I couldn't imagine not. I mean, this week I haven't been training in the morning. It's not cool. I'm not cool.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah. No. But I guess maybe that is part of our success. We just need to make better videos. Maybe we need to make videos about my $1 million routine. Yeah. But that sounds bad. Why would I say that? That's not, because guess what? This fucking routine is the reason that I got in this position. And this routine is like what I used whenever I wasn't making any money. And then I'm still doing the same routine when I am making money. And if I didn't make any money, I'd probably still do the same fucking routine. Yeah. I guess that's kind of like, I don't know, the process.
Yeah. It's our process, at least.
Right. I don't really do anything without intensity. I don't think there's part of my life that I don't do that's like, No, there's not. Uh-oh. There's not one thing.
No, not even like...
That made me really hot right now because it might have been like more of a realization of how much of a fucking lunatic I am.
You verbalized it. It's real.
Yeah. It's like, well, just a whole heat sensation came over my body. It's like, you get around Seth, it's like, oh, here he is. Intensity has just entered the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it does go 0 to 100 really quick.
Like seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
I wonder, you've been around me long enough. Mm-hmm. I guess let's have a conversation about Seth, but Seth's not here. Would you say, and this is for everybody that wonders about like how much steroids affect someone.
Okay.
Would you say that I have been any more intense or less intense, whether I was sauced out of my mind or not sauced out of my mind? because I haven't been sauced for almost 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's been since April of 2020, 3.5 years of me not taking anything more than tester growth.
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah. You heard the question.
I wish I got to see it.
So
shut up, Aiden. This isn't a question for you yet.
the intensity was like, it has not changed. The intensity has not changed. It just kind of has shifted like directions to where it is a little bit. Like before, when you were sauced to the gills, it was like, dude, all you thought about was lifting fucking weights. Like that's all that was. So like everything from your food to the gym to the routine to like everything, the intensity was built around training.
Yeah.
But now that same intensity has followed you and it's driven into the fucking business.
Yeah.
And product development and doing new exciting things.
Would you say, hearing you say that, would you say that like my intensity towards non-feeling items such as weights, okay, you know how like I look at the weights and I'm like, I'm going to fuck today up. I'm like fucking shaking the bar with 405 on it and like, and then now it's like I'm shaking people's feelings in a meeting as if they were an inanimate object as weights.
Yeah.
It might be one of the reasons it's kind of tough to be around me at times.
Yeah. Well, yes.
I shouldn't be laughing like this.
But what's funny, not funny, but it's like that was well put because, the weights don't have feelings.
Zero feelings.
But you loved them.
I love them.
But you wanted to fucking ruin them at the same time. And it's the similar. It's like a similar.
No, it's the same.
It's the same. It is.
I love my people, but I will shake the shit out of you.
Yep.
Because I want the most.
Yep.
I want it all. Give it to me. Let's see it.
Yeah.
But then
none of it and none of that intensity is personal whatsoever.
Oh no.
It's strictly your energy. That's fucking it.
Yeah.
Because I've been around you long enough that your intensity and the way you act and the things that you say, I've never seen them come from the wrong place, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because,
I mean,
it's always coming from, there's a positive outcome on the other side of it. Like it's supposed to fix something. It's supposed to improve something.
Yeah. Oh,
it's supposed to motivate someone.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing, I don't like, I mean, we got quite the little of analogy going here. I wasn't expecting to get this level, but like, you're right. Cause when I look at the weights, like I wanted to ruin the weights, but I loved them. And I didn't want to ruin them in a way that I would never be able to come back to them.
Right.
I wanted to utilize them for the most that I could possibly get out of them for me. And my goal was to like fucking just go nuts with them. And that same energy that I had for that, I really do put into. And a lot of people that, a lot of like, self-help guys and the other fucking stuff that they put out, they're like, bodybuilders would make phenomenal business people if they put the same amount of energy that they put in the weights and their training into business. And it's like, well, we have done all that, but there is a part of it that like, I'm a really intense person. I'd probably put my intensity level at like, it's really up there and it is overbearing. However, when we're in meetings and I am doing stuff like this morning with Shane and we were talking about new flavors and all the new stuff for next year, I'm like, I am the devil's advocate of this building. I will look at everything from every single fucking angle possible, and I will find a way to put holes all through your plan. I will find a way to fucking ruin your plan, and you got to defend it.
Right.
So that way we have a much more solid plan. I think that's a good idea. However, sometimes I go a little too hard, and it can be deflating to that person that's defending what they're doing. However, at the same time, that's also why we've had some fucking phenomenally bulletproof plans, is because of that mindset. But I do take that same approach to people that I took to an inanimate object, such as the weights,
Mm-hmm.
which has had an adverse reaction or two here and there. And I'm not laughing because it's like a good thing, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how does one expect to get better in that scenario? You know what I mean? How does one expect to get better? But I don't think the basis of me asking this question was of like, I don't think whether I took a fuckload of steroids or a little bit of steroids has changed my intensity level very much.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't say it has. Like, I'm still, if anything, like, I just feel like I'm becoming my dad.
Yeah.
Like, my dad was an intense guy.
Mhm.
My dad was an over-the-top intense guy. And I feel like I have the same similar, like, outbursts at certain time that my father did. And I'm like, fuck me.
I mean, I've known your dad long enough now too.
And you've seen him do some of that shit.
It's the same, dude. It's I saw it like when we took over, the top of his shop,
Yep.
storing the AR up there. Motherfucker, like we thought we did it all right, stacked it right, nope. Fucking told you to put it over here. Why the fuck did you put it over here? I'm like, I've heard this tone.
And you're over there. You're over there like, God damn it, here's this fuck. And then I'm over here like, fuck that guy. He's an asshole. Fuck him. Suck my dick, Dad.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm the friend younger that's like scared for
The
you.
little distraught.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mr. Feroci, you're right. Yeah.
And I'm over there. Fuck this guy. I'm gonna put these fucking boxes over here. This cocksucker. Fuck him. Meanwhile, he like, look. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like a self-realization morning already.
Second one.
I'm like, and I'm like, I look at. Meanwhile, it's not that my dad hated me.
No.
It's not that it wasn't anything other than, this is how you should do it, Seth. You're going to do it this way because this is what the fuck I told you, even though you didn't tell me that way, Dad. But that's what you're telling me to do so that it's better for me to do it this way. God. Oh. Oh. And Aiden's over here like, I wish I would have seen it. Sauced out Seth was quite the sight.
Sight to see.
2015 to 2017 like halfway through 17.
It was nuts.
It was insane.
Nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. Like with all these young people on the internet, like in the Sam Sulek revolution and all these young influencers, like I look at it and everything is changing because it's a super young demographic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was on last night. I was going to talk to you about this today, Aiden. I saw like a bunch of 13, 14, and 15-year-olds like that are getting kind of popular on Instagram.
That are
like
posing.
10, 15,
Bro.
40, 75,000 followers
Oh,
on
shit.
Instagram, and they're 14 years old posing, and they're little boys. Like they're little boys with like baby fat on them.
Like premature.
Yeah, they're premature. Their balls haven't even fucking fully dropped
It's
yet.
weird.
And they're taking like loaded pre-workouts.
Oh dear.
And I'm like, ho, 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 whoa. Whoa, back the fuck up, little boys. Like you can't, this is a little scary. And so like the Sam Sulek revelation that's going on, he's getting insanely popular. Okay. He's a meathead. He's 21-year-old meathead. Like, bro, you're a fucking meathead. When I was a meathead in 21, I was doing dumb shit too.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody thinks that he is like the smartest, most intelligent person to ever grace the internet. And I'm like, hey, he's 21. Anything that a sauced out 21-year-old is doing is going to work because you're young, you're 21, and you're taking a bunch of gear. Like if you do arms this way, your arms are going to fucking grow.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a little bit of a genetic anomaly.
Right.
But like these people that are following him, these million followers are super young people. And I said in the video that I did of him, I'm like, hey, if you're dumb enough to do some dumb shit, and you're gonna have to deal with the repercussions of doing some dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it and I'm like, some of the most intelligent people that have ever graced our industry have made videos about how to eat and train properly and give out incredibly well documented information such as Honey Rambod, John Meadows, Chris Aceto, some of the most the greatest mind, some of the greatest minds that our industry has ever seen. And then you're going to put Sam Sulik's information above John Meadows or Honey Rambot or anything like it. I'm like, no, don't do that. Because there's a couple of things he's saying that I'm like, oh man, you are young. You are very, very young. I get it because I was young and really dumb, but it's just, it's wild because then last night I saw these like 15-year-olds, 14-year-old kids posing and they are like, they're baby fat. I'm like, oh my God, we have something very wild going on in the industry right now.
Like 12 years old, shirt off. It's like,
yeah,
I think back to like when I was that age, that wouldn't fly.
it's pretty crazy.
I couldn't walk into school the next day. No way.
Yeah, right. The whole self-conscious image of being a kid.
But it's one thing. It's the other thing is you know, the internet's a ruthless place, and there was a lot of negative comments on there. And I don't care who you are, if you see enough negative comments, it's going to start creeping in. That doubt's going to creep in them cracks through your head and through your your force field, and can have an effect on you. And it's like if you keep putting yourself out there, like a lot of people, like I was saying, like. Everybody thinks it's rainbows and blowjobs being an influencer and all this. Like, dude, you can't tell me Sam Sulik doesn't have things cross his mind because a lot of people bash the ever-loving shit out of him online. And I'm like, dude, you're just 21, dude. Go live. You do your thing. And then young kids that are listening to him and following him, but, dude, not everything's going to work the same way. Sam's a fucking genetic anomaly. He's incredibly hardworking, and he's doing his thing, but he's going to learn as he goes, just as I did. When I was 21, I was doing some really sketchy shit. I was doing some stuff you shouldn't listen to me about. But then, like Alex Eubank, Shizzy, all these guys that are super popular and young, don't think that their lives are fucking just peachy keen perfect, dude. They're not. They go through some shit because there's people trying to punch holes all through them, and they're not bad people. You know, they don't have any negative vendettas against anybody. They're not like out to get anybody. They're just out living their life, and they have an opportunity, and they're making money, and they're doing great. And every single day that they make a post, there's somebody just trying to fucking like slice something open in their shit. And people have done it to me too, but I'm just kind of like, I ain't dead yet. I ain't gone yet. If I ain't gone by now, then I ain't fucking leaving. But it's just kind of, it's pretty wild.
It's odd.
It is odd. Because back then, whenever I'm fucking back in 2017, I am fucking like Looney Tune meathead on the internet. Looney Tune fucking meathead. Crazy fucking batshit nuts. And
I remember like being around like your daily routine, like when me and Jay would come out to shoot and stuff. Like that's a one big difference. Like when like back then, you'd be so in your own world, like day in and day out. Like, because there was, dude, you put everything into building your physique for years. Like your food routine and what you did throughout the day was like, I've never seen anything like it. And for you to just like kind of that side of everything, like you were like silent about it all. Like you weren't like, yeah, you put out videos on how to eat and what you've done and all that shit. But I'm talking like, how every ounce of everyone's day now is being put on the internet, from cooking the food and all the shit. You didn't have time to shoot the fucking content because
no, I had a life.
You had to eat fucking 3 cups of white rice per meal.
Yeah.
Six times a day.
Well, I mean,
like I've just never seen the process of like, I mean, old school training, old school bodybuilding, the way you built your physique. I've never seen that, firsthand.
I think that, yeah, I dedicated everything to it, and it's not hard. Like bodybuilding's not hard. It's not. It's super easy. It is the most. I don't know how to say it. Like it came very natural to me. Like the knowledge, like I was just able to absorb it, and then I was able to like work it. And it took me, 2 decades to get there. But like, that's anybody that puts that type of effort into it. Like, I'm like, oh, so I'm just going to eat this, train this way, and then literally just continue to adapt, pay attention, adapt, pay attention, adapt, pay attention. And like, I dedicated my life to it. And I never put it out there just because I'm like, this is easy. Just eat the chicken, eat the rice, and like lift the weights and then adjust. You know, if you don't think you're getting enough, take some out. And I just trained ungodly hard. Like, I don't think there was many people that could, that I'd say that I was in the top 5% of bodybuilding athletes from an intensity on a training level. I would say I was top 5%. Because in that time, there was a few people that were fucking batshit crazy that trained really fucking hard in that like era. Meadows was one of them. Fuad was another one. Guy Cisternino, Branch Warren, Johnny. Like, those were guys that just trained over the top. Like, intensity was in their blood. Like, if it wasn't intense, it wasn't a real workout. I mean, that's how I look at everything I do. If it's not intense, I'm like, did I really fucking do anything? Meanwhile, the answer is yes. You do not have to be as intense as me to have success. However, I just liked it. I liked it a lot. So, and there's more than one way to skin a cat. I just think that today there's some wild shit going on in the industry. There's some very crazy stuff. And the young people thing is what's kind of melting my mind right now. Young people, it's crazy.
Creating body dysmorphia so young.
Well, I mean, it's cool. Body dysmorphia is normal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, nobody, I don't think anybody should look at themselves and just be elated at their own appearance every waking moment of the day. I think it's okay to have some look at yourself and say, I can be better. I think that that's how we have progressed as a species. That's how I believe that we progress in any industry, whether it be, you know, Bob looking at his Iron Man and being proud of the PR that you put down, but then also being like, I know I'm capable of doing a little bit more. You know, I think that's good. But at these young ages of these guys, I can understand that, like, hey, this is whenever like big time developmental issues start occurring. So you're right, like that young body dysmorphia.
Like, your brain's wiring itself at this time, and now you're on social media on full blast to the world.
I think the social media thing's a rough one. Scares the shit out of me. Because I mean, dude, you can create a fake account and say anything to anyone. Like, if you want to be ruthless to somebody, you can say some mean shit to them. You know what I mean? You can break a motherfucker by just making a few comments. If you know what makes that person tick, if you find out what makes that person tick, you can break them with one fucking statement. And like, for these young kids, it's like, dude, that gets super dangerous. And having kids, it makes me super nervous too, you know? And then it's like, okay, so as a parent, you be like, okay, I have to literally be hard on this child to make sure that I'm hardening like the way they're thinking and harden their heart a little bit so that whenever they hear something from someone, it doesn't affect them as much. Because that's how I raised Adeline. I raised Adeline that nobody on the planet will be harder on you than me. Like, I will fucking say things to you just to make sure that whenever something bad happens, ain't nobody going to fuck with you. It won't even, you'll just be able to power right through it. Yeah.
I mean, the scariest part too is like these kids are absorbing this information that parents and adults, like, they're not even realizing like what's occurring. Like, you know, back before social media, like in school, like you still had bullying and all this shit, but like, or think bad things that would happen. The parents always fucking found out about everything. They know what you're talking about at school. You got a call or you got an email from the teacher that this, and this happened. Now they're absorbing and then talking to each other, and people are commenting on everything, and it's just not.
It is.
No one knows anything that's fucking happening.
It's a whole different realm.
It is. It's
like, so like they don't parent. I feel like as a parent, like, you don't even know how your kid's mind is being developed now, because you don't even know what they're looking at.
Nope.
You have no idea.
Nope. It's fucking wild.
I mean, I'm sure there's a few responsible ones out there that are restricting stuff and doing all that stuff, but even so, I mean,
well, I mean, it goes back to the breakdown of society that we had on the discussion on the last podcast, and how some people were disagreeing with it and some people were agreeing with it and all this. It's like, I look around and I'm like, okay, we just got done talking about all these kids, like kids on social media and kids in fitness. I think it's great that kids are getting into fitness and lifting weights. I love it. But make sure you're getting into it for the right reasons, and that's building up your self-confidence to believe that you can achieve many more things in life. That's what the gym did for me. I was a fat kid growing up. I had the titties, wasn't proud of myself. I went to the gym. I had body dysmorphia at a young age because of my bullying. Like, whenever I was 12 years old, like, my nickname was Chubbs. Didn't fucking like it. Like, I was in that realm. And now, like, you go online and start putting that out there. Like, bro, I used that, but in my head, I was able to wire Chubbs as like a positive. I'm like, okay, yeah, I am Chubbs. Go ahead and call me Chubbs again, you cocksucking motherfuckers. And now I'm still to this day, I still carry that in me a little bit. It's that chip on your shoulder. Just, you have to. I don't know. I use it as fuel. However, now with how social media is and how we are glued to it and look at it a lot, okay? All the parents, divorce rates higher than ever, OnlyFans making $5.5 billion a year. The adults are now glued to their phones. Their life isn't even together.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have social media in schools and the indoctrination programs at schools raising your children. So the parents have their own fucking shit going on with divorce rates higher than ever. And then now they have, and they're paying attention more to their phone and how they can get their rocks off and how they can be satisfied and how they can be happy and how they have to deal with real life problems and inflation and being broke and fucking just everything in turmoil there and pretending that it's not and living life on credit cards. And then their kids also being raised by the social media that is now dictating their lives in a different standpoint. It's pretty fucking wild right now because everybody likes to pretend that everything's okay in their life because on social media, like the majority of people aren't putting out the real things. And I look at it and I think to myself, this is a fucking insane time in the world because if everybody actually had their shit together or was doing good shit or being a wholesome person, we would be living in a way different society. Things would be way different. And it's so crazy that we all continue to pretend that everything is perfectly fine and peachy keen, or that loves to go on social media and literally comment on 75 fucking videos a day. When if you're commenting on 75 fucking videos a day, you're not living in real life. You're living in social media. If you have time to comment on every fucking video that's being put out, I'd probably say that you're on social media more than you are actually in your real life. And if your kids recognize that you're on social media more than you are their real life, they're going to be on social media more than their own real life. And then they're only going to do things in the world just for social media attention because that's now become real life, not what they're actually doing. Mm-hmm. Like they're going to the gym for internet clout because the fitness industry is where you're getting a lot of clout. So now they're just going to the gym for the internet attention, whether it's good or bad, it's attention. Like a girl with daddy issues, she does whatever just for attention. It's like, and people, I mean, I don't think, I'm not fucking wrong.
No.
I'm not wrong because it's happening more and more. It's becoming more prevalent and more money is getting made through this degeneracy on the internet. I'm like, man, what happened to fucking good motherfuckers doing cool shit? I could put out a video about Sam Sulek and say he's a fucking moron. Title it, Sam's a fucking moron. But actually, Sam's just 21. You know what I mean? Like, that's Aiden put up the video. He's like, why you shouldn't listen to Sam Sulek. In the video I have on Sam Sulek, it's actually pretty good. He's a good kid. He's 21. Fucking go be 21, kid. Mm-hmm. Go eat fucking whatever you want. Go train however you want, dude. And if you get into bodybuilding, cool, man. I'm hoping the best for you. And over the years, you're going to continue to get smarter and smarter. Okay? You will. And that'll get crazy traction. It'll get crazy fucking traction. Good and bad attention will occur from it. Or I could put out a wholesome video about something that you and I did. Wholesome video. Swell. Good motherfuckers doing cool shit together. And it gets 1/10 of the attention. Or 1/100th of the attention. Isn't that fucking a direct indication of what works on the internet? Mm-hmm. It is fucking disgusting. It's crazy. People generally do not want the good shit now.
No, right.
Because if they did, it would be perceived differently by the general population.
The views, the clicky shit, it doesn't last. That's why you do this. Like, look what blossomed from this. Like the real shit.
Yeah.
Longevity.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, that's how it is. I mean, I think that that's why we do what we do. We've been around for too long too long in this industry, done too many crazy fucking things in this industry. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy on how the transition of certain things occur in the world. You know? Nuts.
And then these kids they tie in the social media realm to the real world. You try to go out into the real world, do something or say something you might have said online. It doesn't work like that.
No, I mean, and I don't know. I just find it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
I try not to look into it too much. It freaks me out.
Oh, bro,
Like, it scares me.
It's a fucking mind melter to me.
Like I couldn't imagine if I had a child of my own right now. Like I don't know how I would do it. I don't know what I would do.
Well, it's just like whenever he posted that one video from the podcast we did, and I'm like, hey, young people, use your influencing money or make your money, like learn a skill and make some money from it, and then continue to influence. And any of your influencing money that you make, bank that shit, dude. Mm-hmm. Fucking bank it. So you got money in the bank. Don't live like a fucking retard and spend all the fucking money that you're making from both aspects of your business. Yeah. Like learn a skill. And then somebody in the comments was like, don't you think learning a skill is kind of outdated given the whole fucking situation of today in society? I'm like, did you just tell me learning a skill is outdated? Are you a fucking moron? You're a fucking moron. You're a fucking moron. Look at Aiden. Aiden does influencing. Aiden makes money from influencing, but look at his skill set. Look what he's doing for our company. Look at all the things that this kid has learned in the fucking past 8 weeks. 8 weeks, the shit that he's learned in the 8 weeks and what he's done here. I'm like, hey, dickhead, it's literally, I'm literally fucking living it. I created an opportunity for fucking 41 of these motherfuckers here to learn a skill, but also have the opportunity for influencing. And then you look and it's some fucking kid. Oh my God damn it, I'm arguing with a fucking 18-year-old. You're a fucking moron.
Then you're just like, I'm logging off.
I can't believe this. Holy Christ. I'm validating you being a fucking child. Like, learn a skill, dick fuck. Do something. Like, Aiden has skill. He's an editor, content creator. He can edit anything. We need editors. We're a company that needs editing. And we like being on the internet and putting out funny videos of Seth and Bob and Peanut Butter and Honey and Vanilla Caramel Latte and all this fun stuff. So we need people to edit that. That would require a skill set. And if you are very good at that skill set and you can continue to hone that skill set, you become more valuable to the company, therefore getting paid more money and you actually getting better at doing your own stuff for your own influencing. Holy fucking Christ in a dump truck. I can't believe that concept. So that way, if the influencing ever does stop, or you realize that you can get so good at a skill that the influencing doesn't even come close to the amount of money that you could make from the skill, you are in a fucking win-win-win position. Hot damn.
It all just bounces off each other. Like it all just mutually works.
Yes. Yes, it does. That's how life works. You become invaluable to a company that needs you, or you start your own fucking company.
Especially when you're involved in a brand that's in your niche, in your interest, and you just fucking love what you do. Like,
well, yeah. Like the skill doesn't even have to be of today's technology and the social media. You don't have to be a fucking computer. Like, you can own a fucking construction company and put out your fucking content of the sweet concrete you just poured.
I like watching that stuff.
Or this sick wall that you built, or this new idea how to fucking put up something in half the fucking time because you all of a sudden just figured it the fuck out.
Do you know how dumb I am at times? I just like watching equipment move dirt.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yep.
I love the guy that cuts grass and fucking does it in a fast motion, fast stop of him cutting grass at a lawn that needed cut. I like that stuff. Mm-hmm. He has 1 million followers.
Yep.
I think I've seen that guy.
The guy that will clean up like a yard for free.
Yeah. You know why?
Like get the sludge off the sidewalks.
Dude, it's so satisfying. Like when he edges in a fucking nightmare property.
Look what I'm saying.
Like, that is so cool.
How in the flying fuck do I have some dick fuck online saying that that's lost? And I'm like, he's literally has 1 million fucking subscribers. And he's cutting lawn 4 days a week. And then on the 5th day, on Fridays, he's like, I'm going to dedicate this day to the social media because I'm making money from it. But if I didn't have this skill set, I wouldn't have a social media platform.
Right.
Holy fucking shitballs. Holy fucking shitballs. Like, yeah, because this is entertainment to me. I like watching this guy cut grass
Mhm.
because I like cutting grass. Weed whack. Yeah. Did you see that new D9 that guy just bought moving dirt? All the dirt he had to move over there. It was cool. Like it had the GPS on it, graded it. It was cool. Fucking, what are you doing? Yeah, I don't know. He's a skill. He bought a fucking $500,000 piece of equipment. It's awesome. Me and my kid are gonna watch it together. We're gonna watch monster truck channels. Like, fuck me, fuck balls. The internet is very cool, but you also just have to understand that you can't get wrapped up in fitness. Like, it becomes personal. Do you ever feel like that?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Personal.
Yep.
Like, people have a vendetta against you because you're shredded.
How dare you?
You're shredded. You fucking sauced out fucking douchebag. It's like, yeah.
How dare you diet? How dare you?
I thought I wanted to be sauced. I thought that's what you liked about me. Like, yeah. It's crazy.
They like it, but they also want to talk shit on it too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they like both ends.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't know. Yeah. Crazy times. The internet is so fucking wild. It is nuts. And I think that, like, whenever, like, I'd like more people's input about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we had the whole company discussing like what we're talking about here, the three of us,
Mm-hmm.
if we had like 10 people in here, like how they view the internet, like it all would be, they'd all have a different take, but it'd be very similar because it is the same thing. But
I'm on my phone a lot, but what I'm looking at and what I'm watching is way different than what it was like 2 to 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was so engulfed in following the industry, rival brands and what people are doing. And I'm still in that, I'm still seeing it, but I'm watching things for different reasons now. Like, even though I am on it, like for instance, last night on YouTube, I found this YouTube channel that it's these drummers. They'll bring on like these big name drummers from bands. They'll find a song that they know they've never heard before. Which sounds fucking crazy. They'll play it for them without the drum portion of the song.
see if it matches up.
And then they'll see like, hey, play your own version, play what.
I think I've heard this somewhere. Somebody in the office was talking about this.
It's super
before.
fucking cool. So I'm watching that, and like I'm gravitating towards like just watching people's like ultimate skills, like musicians, like what we just talked about, like construction and like building cool stuff. Like, I'm gravitating towards just talent versus like, I don't know, just
Nothingness.
Yeah, right.
Like
actual substance. Like, it made me feel a certain way watching it.
I think, I mean, the skills are cool.
Yeah.
Like, having a skill is a cool thing to do. Like, that's what we fucking have been talking about forever. Like, people doing cool shit is cool. Like, I want to see somebody go nuts on the drums. I want to see somebody lose their fucking shit at what they do. I want to see somebody throw down and give their best effort into something. That's why I found bodybuilding so cool. Like, I loved watching training videos because I was watching someone literally give everything they could into a workout. I found crazy fascination in that. I found like insane fascination into a crazy session and then them sculpting their bodies and then posing and being like, this is what it is. Where I'm getting lost in today, I guess I'm just having another little realization as I'm talking about this, is I'm watching people work out, but they're not giving their all.
Yeah.
They're not leaving it all out there. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to watch the football game of somebody giving like it was like a half-assed game.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give their effort. No, you want to watch like a fucking hard-nosed, ignorant, like helmet to helmet hits, like fucking rough. Like, these two teams hate each other. Like, you like watching the intensity. You love it. Like the Steelers-Ravens rivalry. Like, you were like, is it going to be a fucking game? Everybody's at the stadium because they know it's going to be a bloodbath. Whenever you watch a big-time fight, John Jones fighting everyone. Do you know why people like watching John Jones? Because he's going to fucking dismantle that person. You are going to watch a master at work. A master at work. Like, that's what you want to watch. That's why watching Ronnie Coleman, like Ronnie Coleman, why did everybody fucking love watching him? He's leaving everything in that gym. Everything. Not one thing is coming out of there with him. You can leave it all in there. Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. I guess that's why I love the intensity of my style of training, because I was just going to be, I'm fucking go nuts. I'm going to do 17 fucking sets of cable crossovers. Why would you ever do that? Because it's awesome. Like, that's a dumb idea. I know. It's going to be fun, though. Like, that's that thing where, I don't know, I find a fascination in it. And whenever you watch somebody, when you watch somebody do what they are meant to do and do it incredibly well, you can't help but be like, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a dude moving dirt. Like, dude, whenever I watch somebody, like the SB mowing guy, he's phenomenal at it. It's awesome. I love it. Watch somebody use an excavator. I'm like, man, this guy's really good with that piece of equipment. You've been driving that a while. Yeah, I've been doing it 32 years. Pretty fucking good with it. No shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you could say the younger kids in fitness are doing the same thing. It's just that they haven't been in it long enough to filter out the bullshit. And now with where we're at in social media, with everyone throwing out content, they just watch what's in the recommended. And like, this guy's popping on, I'm watching this. So then they easily get influenced by that instead of like someone like you or I who like I'm not even watching fitness anymore. Because there's like, who's putting out like training? Not a lot of people.
You're right.
There's no training videos.
Bro, I'm watching football highlights. I'm watching video games. I'm watching other shit.
I'm watching fucking
hunting,
drummers.
fishing. Like, I'm watching just other shit.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
There's no training content right now.
Like, the only other person I'll
No
watch,
training videos.
Chris Bumstead, maybe, like, because his prep series is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. There isn't like training.
No.
There's no training. They look at Sam and it's like,
But it's not like I don't even know what you would classify.
but like
what
he
he's
said
doing.
a little bit ago, he's documenting everything. You are like living with him. It's like these kids, they need a friend. They're hanging out with him all day long.
That's a way to look at it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You're right. There's not much training information out there.
there's,
Like, hey,
there's
you should be
there's
doing
none right now.
Like, you should be doing, hey, check out this 5x5 German volume sets or
No,
10x10.
It's not even like I can go onto YouTube and see something like that either. It's almost like I have to stumble across it by talking to someone at the gym about it, or you refer me to something, so I go back and look it up. And then it might be a video from 6-7 years ago I have to watch.
Mhm.
Nobody likes watching those.
Mhm.
But it is
watching
what it is,
recent
but there's
stuff.
the information.
Yeah, because we had an idea that we want to do a training session with me, because he asks me questions every single day.
Mhm.
Me, Aiden, John, Corey, and Ty, and go into the gym once a week and just film something that we train together, like the 5 of us.
Mhm.
Because in that session, there's going to be 5 different questions. We're all going to do the same shit, but it's going to be a training session with all of us, and it'd be like, dude, we'd probably have 35 to 45 minutes worth of film.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Of filming. But it would be questions that they all have that he asks. Like, he just started doing some carb cycling. Like, I broke down the most simplistic form of carb cycling, like literally kindergarten level. And he's like, this is pretty cool. Nobody ever broke it down for me this way. And I'm like, oh my God, we should have this on the internet.
Mhm.
Like, this should be in that training session. Like Ty is a version of me. He's 22 years old, sauced to the gills right now, putting on fucking 15 to 20 pounds every cycle. And it's like solid foundational muscle.
He's
and
solid.
And he has a lot of questions. And I'm like, this is me giving information to him, which is different than information I'm giving to him, but because it's at different levels and different goals. Like, they're close to the same age, but Aiden has a different goal than Ty does. But that doesn't mean we can't train together and give this type of information. And that's why I'm like, this would be cool. Like,
It would be cool.
yeah. Because nobody, like you said, nobody's doing training.
Mhm.
Nobody train. No,
No, dude, it's all about looking good.
it's wild.
Like, I'm gonna do like this variation because like I look better here
I mean, it
for the camera, for the video, for the reel.
the young people thing blew my mind, because I'm like, they're so young. I just couldn't believe I was watching a 14-year-old on the internet with 50,000 followers. It's pretty crazy. I'm like, this kid, he's got baby fat on him. He's got baby fat. He's young, and it's influenced because he was wearing his young LA fucking fit. He had all his shit and he was pumped about it. He's like, let's get ready for back day. And I'm like, dude, you're 14. You're 14 years old. It's crazy.
Like, I can get it if like that's what you want to do, right? But like, almost like, just like hold on, like, don't flex it till you got it, type of thing.
I don't know how I feel about it. That's all. It's new to me.
Like, if I'm in that age group doing that, like, don't get me wrong, like, I started putting out shit when I was like 15, but I'm not like everyday content grinding. It's almost like I'm logging. Like, I might throw up a post every few months.
It's just new to me. That's all it is. I'm trying to process it. I'm processing it verbally.
Well, then it's like, you know what's in the fitness industry. These weird motherfuckers, like the dudes.
That was the next thing. I didn't even fucking
It's gonna
search
get
too hard for
perverted.
it. But I'm like, hey, dude, like I got duped whenever I was competing by a couple of weird foot fetish people. Like, you gotta be careful with this fucking place. Nuts. Man.
Oh my God.
Okay. Fucking insanity.
Last thing on that. Have you seen the? I feel like you'd lose your shit if you saw this. Have you? I don't think you've seen this. Have you seen the videos of like people faking training intensely? Like, they put on a face, like a fake training face. Yes.
No,
I'm in Alpha Land, like they're like putting these fake faces on like for a reel. It's like 2 seconds, and you can obviously tell, bro, you're not training to failure. You're like literally just making it look hard.
What do you mean?
It's a fake failed rep. Yeah.
I gotta find
Like,
one.
is it
Like, instead of just
And like
just
these,
doing
like,
it.
there's like this one dude that's like his eyeballs are like popping out of his head. He's like, his tongue's out, his veins, he's red. Like,
wait a minute.
bro,
wait a
you're
minute.
14,
wait
you're
a
not
minute.
training hard.
Does he? Is it as like? I'm confused.
It's a meme now too. Like, people are making videos mocking people doing it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it getting to the point where like it's a joke and? Oh my God.
Yeah, but there's
Like shaking on machines.
I'm fucking too old for this shit. I'm too fucking old for this shit.
like loading up like the squat rack, but it's something you can do like a set of 10 with, but you're like making one rep look like,
I'm too fucking old for this shit.
yeah.
That's what I just got to.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking old soul, dude. I just want to fucking lift weights, fucking smash fucking Hannah's pussy, fucking do cool shit with my buddies. I want to tell everybody how cool it is to do stuff like that. Like, that's all I want to do. I just want to fucking,
Yeah.
I want to kill shit with a fucking bow and arrow. I want to fucking raise my family to do really cool shit, have my daughter become a doctor, Emmy do whatever the fuck she wants to do, be D1 gymnast and run Takeover Elegance Elite, SJ fucking, I don't know what he's going to do, but sweet baby, holy shit balls of fire. I'm too old for this fucking shit.
Yeah.
If you're going to be intense, just be intense. Be a fucking lunatic. Like, that's the
Literally the intensity is like why you should be there. It's to get stronger. It's to get leaner.
That's what I mean.
It's not for.
That's what I mean, like with the Sam Sulik thing. Like, people hating on him. I'm like, he's 21. He's a fucking idiot. You're 21. Name me one fucking genius 21-year-old that's fucking into lifting weights and being a meathead. No. So get off his fucking dick. Let him have fun. If he does something stupid, fuck you. Do something stupid. You're going to learn. I was doing stupid shit too. Like, that's what I was doing when I was 21 years old. If you wanted to fucking do some lines and get your fucking dick sucked, I was probably the guy to know, because I could fucking, we'd be doing lines off of chicks' titties. Like, I did that shit in college. That's not a fucking good way to go about life, kids. You shouldn't fucking do that. That's a really bad thing to fucking do. Did I have a lot of fun? Yeah. Do I have life experience from it? Yeah. If I found out my kids were doing that, I'd be like, Jesus, oh my God, fuck my life. Couldn't imagine how my parents felt about me, but they also knew I was a fucking Looney Tune. And you weren't telling Seth shit. He's gonna be fucking crazy. So I look at Sam and I'm like, yeah, 21 years old. This fucking kid, he's gonna be like, oh, look at me eating this. It's like, who gives a fuck? Let Sam be Sam. But if you're gonna be intense. Be you unapologetically. Go fucking ham. Go nuts. And these kids faking.
It just
that they're
proves.
being, what are you doing? Just go be intense. Like, it's way cooler to be intense. Like, film yourself literally, like, running yourself into the ground. Film yourself putting yourself to the end. To the end. Put up your tripod. Put your camera in there. Put 135 on the squat rack. And film yourself until you fucking break. Do that. Put that on the internet. You'll get a like from me. Do that with 315. I don't care if you get 5. I don't care if you get 35. You do that, I'm watching. I am gravitating towards that. Like, I will watch somebody, if their fucking video is 30 minutes and it's them doing squats with no weight until they fucking puke everywhere, I will be there all 30 minutes. And at the end of it, like, good job, kid. Yes. I like that. I think that's what you should be doing, because then that's going to build character. That's going to bring things out in you that you didn't know were possible. Like, that's cool. And there is people out there doing those types of things. It's just, there's a lot of popularity in having fucking tits, ass, or a fucking sweet fucking flop of a hair. God damn it. Fuck balls. Shit. Damn piss. I don't even know where we went this morning.
I don't know.
I don't know where we went. I was just talking about me being sauced out and then led into that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It started with the
intensity
yeah,
stuff.
if you were just
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That's why I've gotten to a point where I try to stay away from it.
Wonder what it'd be like if I took 500 mgs a test again.
It'd probably be like last time you did it.
Yeah, it'd probably be just like that.
It'd probably be yeah.
Do you ever think, like, hypothetically? Wonder what would happen if I took 500 mgs a test and 300 mgs of Tren a week. Think it'd be a good thing or a bad thing?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could make a chart. There's pros and cons here. There are.
Everyone's egging them on.
Dude, it's funny. Like, the second, dude, people in the comments, I posted that picture, like, my progress. I was 204.2 pounds. Like, I did a vlog that he's working on right now. It's like me in the morning after I just got done cardio. I'm 204.2 pounds. It is the least I have fucking weighed since I competed. 204 pounds. Like, it's the lightest I've fucking been. And people are still on me about fucking anabolic TRT. And I'm like, bud, this is literally the least I've fucking weighed. This is the least. Like, I don't think I can get any fucking smaller. I hiked for fucking 40 miles through the mountains. I fucking came home, got sick, and I ran another 4.5 miles last night. Like, I'm in shape. But I'm like, how the fuck is this possible? It's crazy. If I actually got on shit, you all would fucking know it. You'd all know it. That's kind of why I'm like, maybe I should. Maybe I should show you motherfuckers.
See, I told you.
I fucking told you. Should get blood work done. Not next week, because we got the photo shoots next week. The week after, I'm going to get blood work done. And then I'm going to pull like a fucking documentation of everything. Just jamming 1,000 mgs of test, 300 mgs of fucking Tren, just fucking sauced out of my mind. Get the blood work, show everybody beforehand, blood work post, and be like, could you imagine if somebody did that on the internet? Nobody's doing that. That's a little fucked up.
Blood work?
No, like fucking, like what I just said, like document everything. Like, oh, here's today. Boom.
Oh, show fucking everything.
Everything. Just
fucking edited.
Bro, it'd be off the internet. People would lose their minds. You know how many people be like, you're dying. You're like, bitch, everybody is. Fuck off.
Or they'd still bring up something about you lying about something, even though you're showing them. That's not what that's in
That's
there.
not Seth's blood work.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Right.
That's water in that vial.
Could you imagine? Like, dude, if you did, like, if I mean, I've been pretty honest about everything I've ever done. If I actually documented and showed people, like, dude, there's days when you're fucking loaded up, 6 IUs, 6 cc's, 3 here, 3 here, and like the next day you got another 3, and then the next day after that you got another 3 and 3. Next day after that you got another 3, 3 and 3 after that. Like, I know how much can fit in my rear delt. I know how much can fit in my side delt. I know how much can fit in my lat. I know how much fit in my quad, my glute. You know what I mean? 3 cc's. 2.5 is usually where I like to hang out in my lats. But running in the lats is a little dangerous. But whenever your fucking glutes are all beat up, your quads are beat up because you just got done slamming 3 and 3. And then you got to put, most I could put in my rear delt would be like 1 1/4. But then in my side, I could do 1.5, maybe even 1 3/4, start to push it. And then in my tricep, I could get up to like 1.5 too. And you do one side, you got to do the other.
Yeah.
Got to keep it even.
Yeah.
But if you documented a day of me fucking having all this loaded up, people have been like, this is nuts. People have no idea. They just think they have any idea. It's like the unspoken thing within professional bodybuilding and in other crazy sports like powerlifting or strongman. But it's like, fuck yeah, dude. 3 cc's in the right quad, 3 cc's in the left quad, and then maybe like cc and a cc in each tricep that day. 2 days later, you're back to 3 cc's in this lat, 3 cc's in the other lat, and then another cc in this rear delt and a cc in that rear delt. So now, in the span of 4 days, we have done 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Okay. And 16 fucking cc's in the span of 4 days.
Not counting growth hormone.
Oh, no, that's not the growth hormone or any insulin or anything.
Yeah.
Or the fucking Anadraws.
Yep.
Or the Winstrol or the Anavar. and then it's like, yeah, dude, that's what the fuck this is. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here with your fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's a wild.
It is a
game.
fucking place that people have no fucking clue. They got no idea.
I mean, I fucked around for a good bit there with you. You know, some pretty wild protocols.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Fuck no.
And it just is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's like, I mean, that's why I love it, because we got done talking about how intense I am. Oh, I love shit. It's also one of the reasons that I've shaved off a couple of my finer later years in life. But that's just it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know, though. I don't think I could. I
mean, I feel like you wouldn't even have to take all those compounds for you to look fucking.
No.
Like, I don't know. Like, people have known you for years and saw the 2016, 2017 version of you, but I still don't think they fucking know what 240 versus 204 looks like. I mean, I fucking do.
Dude, the 240 version of me was wild looking.
It was insane.
It was one of the craziest looks that was in the industry.
Like 3XL, Seth.
Yes.
Like where you're splitting the sleeves like that.
Yeah.
In a 3XL, and then like knocking around the house
in a 4XL.
In a 4XL, and it fits like a normal shirt, minus the length.
Yeah, dude, it's just fucking. But it's it's crazy. Wild times.
It was a wild perspective for me and Jay too, because we'd see you like every 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I
like
might be bigger.
And I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, yeah, that's probably where I'll be at, through the winter. Come out 6 weeks later, I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah, I'm eating more. Yeah, added another cup of rice per meal. Yeah, up the test a little bit.
Yeah. Fucking.
It's just crazy. I don't know.
It is such a.
Like, is that even explored now by current day bodybuilders? Yeah.
Yeah, the open class is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
The open class is nuts.
But you don't hear or see any of it.
Because we're decent human beings. You know what I mean? They're these people that do these things. Like, so we're talking about all this shit and how it's fucked up and laughing and carrying on. But like these guys and all these people that bash people online for being a sauce head, or they get on Sam. And I keep referring to Sam because he's crazy popular right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the sensation of this young person.
The spokesperson.
Yeah, for this super young community. And you have to understand, we made a video. That's what made us popular, was the steroids, drugs, and life. And me being like, hey, dude, steroids are real. Like, it's a personal choice. You do it. You ain't going to be the fucking same ever again. You're going to create issues that you didn't know you would have. I signed the dotted line years ago. I accepted it. I knew that it would one day fucking possibly kill me. And I didn't care. I never anticipated being known as the family man within the fitness industry. Like, I'm very well known for being the dad in the fitness industry. My children, it's a big deal for me. What I've done to myself, people will attack me for, saying, you killed yourself early and you got kids and this and that. And it's like, dude, it's a choice I made in life. You know what I mean? It's just how this goes. And that's from someone that doesn't have much life experience. You know what I mean? Nor have they ever chased anything that would be worthwhile to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But Like people in the industry, like the guys at the top, Derek Lunsford, Hadi Chupin, Samson Duda, Brandon Curry, fucking Hunter Labrada, like all these people that are at the top, they're geared, man. They are. Anybody that's winning shows, like they are fucking sauced. However, that doesn't make them bad people.
Right.
They're phenomenal individuals. And whenever you see people bash them for doing this or choosing this with their life, it's like, what do you mean? Like, these are great individuals. I know them. Derek Lunsford is one of the nicest people you will ever meet in your life. An incredible human being. And to me, I think he's going to win the Mr. Olympia this year. I think that he will be the future reigning Mr. Olympia. And I think that he would do an outstanding job as being the spokesperson for this industry. I'm all in on Derek. However, Samson is pushing for it too, and he would be a great ambassador for our sport as well because of how they hold themselves, how they speak, how they would be able to go to different countries and represent them, their companies, and our industry as the leader incredibly well. And people that bash these people for taking sauce or doing anything, I'm like, dude, where are you at with your life? Like, just because you take steroids doesn't mean you're a bad person. They're just exemplifying who they are and what they believe in. Like Nick Walker. Nick Walker is bodybuilding. If there was ever someone that I could be like, if you want to know what bodybuilding is, like to a T, go follow Nick Walker around for a week. And that is exactly what bodybuilding is. So consistent that you are like, you are a psychopath. Because Nick Walker doesn't show a whole lot of emotion about anything. Whether it's up or down, Nick Walker is bodybuilding. Eating my food, doing my training. It's supposed to get intense now, I'm going to be intense. Supposed to back off now, I'm going to back off. Coach said do this, I'm going to do this. I'm supposed to walk with my left foot twice before my right foot, I'm going to find a way to do that. Like, that's Nick Walker. Perfection. To do whatever it takes to get there. And anybody that says, oh, Nick Walker is going to kill himself because of all this and that, and it's like, dude, you wouldn't even know who Nick Walker was if you wasn't doing this. We wouldn't be graced with these people's personalities and their thoughts and outlooks on life and the way that they can influence someone that's in a down day by them giving them a positive reaction on their video. Like, we wouldn't know who these people are if they didn't do what they do. So that's what really frustrates me about the negativity that our industry attracts from the normal people of the steroids. Because I'm like, dude, we started this podcast with, am I any more intense whether I'm on gear or off gear? Not really. Seth, you're just intense. Derek Lunsford is a sweetheart of a man, whether he is on gear or off gear. It just so happens whenever he is on gear and training his balls off, he's so focused and he looks like an alien. But he's still the same person. Now, there are some people out there that turn into huge, giant pieces of shit when they're on gear, and that's because they were a pretty big piece of shit before they took gear. That's just it. And it goes the same thing whenever people get money or power. I personally think money and power is way more dangerous than steroids. You give somebody money and power, woo.
Yeah, you're probably going to die quicker if you're a bad person. Yeah.
Or your true feelings will come out.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know. Pretty crazy. We'll see. We'll just continue to watch how everything goes. And I guess we're going to do more training stuff.
More training.
More training stuff.
Yeah.
More training stuff.
You should fake intensity in them.
You know?
It'd probably get more views.
I was thinking maybe I should.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to do that.
We should order fake weights too.
Ooh.
I would love to just
stop talking. We need to move on. We need to move on from this subject because it's like, this is insane. People are faking intensity. They're using fake weights. It's like, holy, what in the fuck is going on?
Like, I think they're legit ordering them on Amazon and like taking them into the gym.
Oh.
Remember when that shit was super popular in like 2016? Like, people were doing that shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, they were. That's what I'm done. I'm gonna have a fucking
that shit.
Ah. Sick shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Big fan of the shirt.
I'm trying to figure out how they printed this at that time. Like, it's
loaded with with graphics.
Dude, it goes to the seam, but like it's not
Do you
sublimated. It's still a screen print.
Do you think they screen printed each section and then cut it and print it? Or no, they're all the same.
Yeah, right. I don't.
They're all identical.
It's the coolest thing ever, though. I told Ben I only wear this like twice a year because it is that old.
It's vintage.
And like it's cracking. Like I just don't want it to rip.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
It's awesome. The Winston Cup.
Fucking Winston cigarettes being a sponsor.
Back then in the day, shit was fucking wild.
Mm-hmm.
You saw so many cigarette ads, it was insane.
Winston Cup series, the Bush series, Bush beer, like fucking having cig and beer companies being title sponsors.
Title sponsors in the 80s and 90s, and you wonder why they were so cool.
Kids all fired up wearing their Winston Cup t-shirt. 10-year-olds.
It was a fucking wild time.
Like, man, look how cool my dad is with that stash, smoking a Winston.
Winstons weren't even that good.
No, I was probably too young to even smoke Winstons. Like they weren't even a thing.
I remember Newports being a big deal because the one guy at work, Barry, he smoked Newports.
My dad originally smoked Newports.
Yeah, my dad smoked Newports for a minute, and then he was chewing Copenhagen long cut for a minute.
He'd get soft packs. Soft
packs were big back then.
Like it's ingrained in my head. Like when I'd walk into a gas station with my dad when I was young.
Yeah.
I get two packs of Newport soft pack. Like the script was the fucking same. Half gallon of iced tea.
I think that
he got the soft packs because he'd run through them so quick. They wouldn't go stale.
Yeah.
Like he just.
We did the Blue Longhorn.
What is that?
It's a tobacco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, chew.
No shit.
Bro,
I've never heard of Blue Longhorn.
I'll never forget. I was like 10 years old. My dad sent me into the party store. He's like, "Can you go grab my chew for me?" It's like some local party store. I don't know what he was thinking. I was gonna go in there and grab this chew for him. I had no idea, no concept of like, hey, maybe I might get ID'd. Yeah. The guy's like, no, I ran out crying. So back then, shit like this, my mom, because my mom lived in Lower Borough. She was an Army brat, so they traveled around and then they settled in Lower Borough after my grandfather retired from the Army. He was a executive down at PPG, so he was well respected guy. He was a captain in the Army, paratrooper, did tours in Nam and the Korean War. Incredibly accomplished man. And then they settled in Lower Borough, and up the road was a convenience store. And back then, like, my mom was a child. My mom is like, she's gonna be like 64, okay? 63, 64 right now. So back then when she was a kid, they would go to the convenience store and buy cigarettes for their mom. Like the mom would be like, here, go get me cigarettes. And she would go up and buy these Lark cigarettes because that's what my grand smoked. I remember. I don't know if that's what they were back then, but she would go buy them and be like, yeah, we would just go to the convenience store and buy what we needed and the cigarettes and bring them home. Like, this is fucking, it's crazy. It's pretty wild.
I mean, even when Kim grew up in Philly.
Yeah.
That's not, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And they had everything was at the corner store, anything they needed, milk, bread, eggs. But the people at the corner store knew their parents. And when they went in,
that's what it was. Yeah.
Like they would give them the cigarettes to take home.
Yeah.
It's like fucking.
Because I remember, like, even whenever I was a kid in Lower Borough, there was a place called Handy Mart. And it was a butcher shop and small grocery store. And we would always get, like, if we went with my gran, we'd always get like one of them Squeeze-It, Squirt, Squeeze-Its. You remember those drinks? Like you twist they were in a plastic bottle.
Okay. Like we had like the little barrel shaped ones that were like Hugs.
No, there was Hugs, but then there was ones that they were called Squeeze-Its. You can look them up. Look them up real quick.
Oh, I think I like the twist
tops.
Yeah, the twist tops.
Oh,
they would have single serve Squeeze-Its.
We had the same thing, but when I grew up, it was Kool-Aid Jammers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that they would have Squeeze-Its there, and we would get a Squeeze-It.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These guys.
Yeah, Squeeze-Its.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we would get like a small 25-cent or 15-cent bag of chips. You know what I mean? So that's what we would get when we would go. And there would always, it was a butcher shop. So they would actually like bring in slabs and they would butcher the meat. Like it was a small shop. It's not there anymore at fucking Or it probably went away fucking 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe 20.
We had
Fuck, am
a
I
store
getting
like
old.
that.
Yeah, but a lot of small towns did, and it was another shop where things like that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
You had Chupa Chups, lollipops. Remember those?
I don't know.
You fucking remember. Look those up too now.
What is it?
Chupa,
Chupa.
CHUPA. Chupa Chups. I think that's what they are.
Chupa
Huh.
Chups.
I've never seen those.
You never seen those? They are delicious lollipops.
Oh, I know the logo now.
Yeah,
Really?
like they had different swirls and flavors, and
I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever read the name on
No,
them.
probably not, dude.
You know, like
Yeah.
you just saw it and
we got those because they were there
Chupa
too.
Chups.
Chupa Chups in
They
the
still
tree.
exist,
The
huh?
tree.
In the tree, yeah. We get those there.
Oh, we had near our public, like our community pool that we went to every
Mhm.
summer. It was 2 blocks from my grandmother's house,
Okay.
and my grandmother like raised me, so like that was our thing. And walking on the way back to her house, there was like another like little home that had like all this bamboo around it. Like you couldn't see it. It was just bamboo like forest. And it was a candy store. Like
Nice.
old school as fuck, hardwood floors, everything's like handmade furniture. And like even my dad said, he's like, this reminds me of when I was a fucking kid.
Oh man.
It was that old school. And that was the same thing. Like we'd go in and penny candy, 5-cent candy,
Yep.
25-cent candy, get Big League Chew there. Like, cause I don't
was
know.
there was a place like that, and I think it was, I want to say Natrona. That was called Frank's. I think that's where it was. It was called Frank's, and it was a small penny candy spot.
Yeah.
And then when we were like 12 and 13, 14, 15, you'd go in there and buy cigarettes because he'd sell them to you.
Yeah. This guy that owned it was like an asshole too. Like I remember as a kid, like fearing this guy because he was just like a dickhead.
Because everybody stole his penny candy.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole kids.
Little
stealing.
bastards.
Yep.
Get off my property.
Yeah, right. Man, I forgot about that.
Nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day. It is, I think that people that are like 70 years old, okay, think of like 70, 75-year-old people that have lived, that was like back then, like 60, if they're 75 now, 60 years ago, they were 15,
Mm-hmm.
okay? So they were living, what's 60 years ago from today? Fuck, the 60s.
Yeah, the 60s.
60s. They can remember the 60s. They can remember the 60s pretty well.
Yeah.
And the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and then they are alive today seeing what is occurring right now. Bro, I would be fucking mind melted. We just got done having a fucking hour podcast about me being mind melted about the internet today, and I'm 38 years old. Could you imagine a 75-year-old man being like, I don't know what the fuck is going on?
Bro, it's why they don't give a fuck about anything.
They are
They're
fucking like
you guys got it
Ah,
from here.
fucking, I'm out, dude.
I'm here for the ride.
Just
I'm
see
gonna
him
watch.
sitting on the porch.
Yeah, right. They're like, we're staying away.
this is it. Like it's pretty fucking crazy because like then now the people that are like in their later 50s, early 60s actually have to kind of keep up with this times a little
Mhm.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
The technology of the television and the internet and streaming and things like that.
I guess if you're still like in the flow of the world, like working and stuff like that, it's more important. But like once you get past like retirement and stuff, it's like you don't have
What am I
to.
even doing?
That's a good point because like I saw like when I was flying over the weekend, like just I saw this older gentleman on the plane and like he had his iPad out and then he had his laptop open and he's like doing shit, like he's got spreadsheets going. I'm like, this guy's obviously a pretty important guy. Like I didn't know what he was working on, but I think about like if my dad had to like operate or even turn on a fucking laptop computer, like he's not doing it. So like if you're not in that field of work, even when you're working into your 60s, it's like you don't know those things.
Man. Pretty crazy.
Fuck, like this just like we had a time of our life that this didn't exist,
That's what I mean.
which is wild.
I was 18 years old and I had a fucking Nokia.
Mhm.
It was like a fucking cricket brick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 20
Even
years
me,
ago.
like even as young as I am, like Like I was still born at the time before this type of shit. Like we were in technology, but not where you're on social media phones and shit like that. And I look back, I'm like, dude, those were like some better times.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I just take it for what it is. Like use the tools on it, but not live in it.
It's hard not to. It's funny. The internet's fucking funny.
There's a lot of good and bad out there.
Take it all with a grain of salt.
It's entertaining.
I mean, I like having fun. It's wild. It's crazy how wrapped up you can get into it too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, including me. I'm aware of it, but I'm still in it.
Oh, we're in it. 100% million percent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nuts.
Yeah, I went to bed early and watched like 17 YouTube videos and then didn't go to bed early.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck. And in my defense, I'm watching these talented drummers fucking, dude, it's the coolest thing.
Dude, I mean,
like the fucking, what's his name? I'm not going to even try to say it because I'll probably butcher it. But like the talent, dude, they heard like, this dude like took notes. And like someone in the booth was like, what did you write down? He's like, it's a chart of a breakdown of the song. This was this many, like he had it all broken down. He's like, well, why'd you do it that way? He's like, well, so now I have a roadmap. He's like, so now when you replay the song and I go to do my shit, he's like, I know exactly what to do on the roadmap. And I'm like,
meanwhile, you just look at him as a dumb, pot-headed rock star.
right. Yeah.
And he's not.
Yeah. Not at all. Yeah.
Did he play the song right?
I think it was the drummer from Megadeth. He heard the Killers for the first time. He's never heard Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, there's no
That's
way.
what the guys were. They're like, and they played it for him, and like they're in the booth and they're watching his reaction. They're like, hey, he doesn't know this fucking song. Like he doesn't know this song. So he listened to it and they're like, hey, do you know the song? And he's like, I feel like I've heard it. He's like, it sounds mainstream. He's like, I don't know what band it is. He's like, I have no idea. And they're like, oh my God. And then they don't tell him, so it has no influence like on how they're going to play the song then. They played a second time, and like a couple of these other drummers, it takes them a couple tries.
Uh-huh.
This dude just starts playing it, and they're like, hey, this is really fucking close.
Man.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, that's what I was doing till like midnight. Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't train.
Yeah. And Kim's not home. Like I'm laying in bed in the dark with my phone over my head. And my weed vape on my chest. I was like, I swear to God, this was last night.
Yep.
Yep. And I woke up grumpy as fuck. Fuck it. Boys were up at 4:30.
Oh, it's funny as hell.
Because I kept them up.
Yep.
Or no, they went to bed early. Yeah. Oh my God.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's a riot.
I'd rather sit there and binge YouTube videos though than like, it's pretty much like your TV.
Oh yeah.
Rather than sit and like scroll.
Well, that's how it's all become. YouTube series or television shows.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything on TV right now.
No, Wednesdays are a big social media night for me because The Office isn't on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every other night The Office is on Comedy Central from 4 p.m. till when I'm ready to go to bed.
Get out of here.
Every single night except for Wednesdays. Wednesdays South Park is on from 4 to midnight.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I am not a South Park
Bob's
guy.
like, fuck South Park.
Yeah. Like I sat down, I didn't realize it was Wednesday. I'm like, fuck. And like Kim called me and she's at this hotel. She's like, man, there's nothing on TV. I'm like, I know, I forgot it was Wednesday. The fucking Office isn't on. Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yep. So YouTube it was.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know any cable TV series or shows.
No, man, my life is full of monster trucks and Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like I haven't given myself a break from one kid to another. It's just non-fucking stop because they're spaced out about 6 years. So it's like Addie was Dora the Explorer and then some of her movies. And then Emmy was, what the fuck did Emmy watch? Oh, I can't even remember. Fuck. I'll remember at some point. Now SJ is just to the point where, yeah, you'd be around for the Emmy
I'm
days.
trying to think of some of the the go-to movies that we watch quite a bit.
But no. And then SJ is just mayhem.
Yeah.
He's monster truck rallies. He wants to watch monster trucks in Jurassic World and Avengers. That's it.
Superheroes, trucks.
Mario Brothers here and there.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will pop on here and there, and he'll really be into it. And then he'll be like, I'll put trucks on YouTube on. So we'll just watch monster truck rallies on YouTube. Monster Jam. And the whole time, Dad, watch it. All right, I'll turn my head. Dad. I'll turn my head. Dad. I'm like, oh my God, this fucking kid.
He wants you to feel the same. He knows the parts.
He loves it.
Man, is that fun to see?
But that's my entertainment world.
Yeah.
So I don't really watch too much. TV. I know House of the Dragon's coming back soon. They're wrapping up filming this week. I saw that in one of my YouTube videos I was watching during cardio. So it goes into the editing now. So hopefully in the next 6 months that'll hit the HBO channel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Max.
HBO.
Isn't it just called Max now?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm going to call it HBO.
Yeah.
You can just get these channels on Hulu or like as an add-on.
Yeah, right.
God.
Or buy their subscription service. You don't even need cable. You could buy
so much for cable.
I get all the add-ons in on Apple TV.
Yeah.
That's where I keep all my shit. Yeah. YouTube TV just jacked the price up.
Everything's jacked the price.
It was like $40. Now it's like $80.
It might be because they added NFL Sunday Ticket.
They did, which is pretty nice. Like, that is pretty nice.
What do you mean it went from 40 to 80?
Yeah. Well, I was telling Jay to grab it because he's fucking about had it with Comcast.
Yeah.
He was going to get the Starlink and then just needed a TV option. And I was like, it's $40. So, like, you get the Starlink, you add it for $40, you're still paying less than your cable internet. And he's like, hey, dude, it's $80. I'm like, no, it's not. And I'm guilty. I don't look at my subscriptions and shit. I should see what's coming out.
You should use rocket.com like that YouTube ad that tells me all the time about subscribing to my things.
But yeah, I think it's like $79.
Oh,
yeah.
My God. Yeah, my cable bill's way too fucking high. I buy a UFC fight here and there, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that kills it. Like, that's $100 right there. Boom. Just smacking you in the face.
I just grabbed the free streams.
I don't even know how to do that, though.
I'll send you a link.
Please, yeah, just send me the link every fight.
Too old.
Dude, I am such an old bastard. I am like an old soul. I feel like I was born like 20 years too early.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be in that 60-some-year-old category right now.
This entire podcast was like shit our dad said about us as kids.
100%.
That's all this was.
100%. 100%.
These goddamn kids.
Fucking kids and their iPhones.
I don't know
faking their weights.
I don't know what work is.
Faking their fucking faces and lifting weights. Back in my day, we didn't fake shit.
No.
Could you imagine if Rich Piano was still alive?
Dude,
oh my God.
Oh my God.
I would love to know what he would say, because he's like one of the only people that would be that. It's like
he'd be so canceled. It would be not even funny.
Bro, he's one of the guys that was like, that was an advocate for working hard, like in the gym, like 8-hour arm workout. Like, what cocksucker comes up with an 8-hour arm workout? Bitch, people gave me shit for working out for 2 hours, and I'm like, dude, I love working out. He's like, bodybuilding. It was a clip that I just saw of him not long ago. He was talking about how bodybuilding is one of the only fucking sports that, like, people are like, you shouldn't do too much. You should do less. And he's like, how is that possible? He's like, I don't believe in overtraining. Like, now people would fucking hang you for saying that. And it's like, but at the end of the day, if it's working for you, who cares? Like, you should work hard. I was like, fuck, if you want to work out for 3 hours, go ahead. And if you get results from it, go ahead. Like, learn from it. But there ain't no way I'm working out for 45 minutes. I can't work out for 45 minutes. If I worked out for 45 minutes, I'd be like, yeah, I just did a warm up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be like, I got to do more. That's how I feel about it. But I don't know. Fucking. I wish I would have got the chance to hang out with him in the gym, outside the gym, and at Wild Times as well. I would have loved to have seen that fucking guy. He'd have been nuts. He did look crazy too.
Yeah, like a character.
He is.
Comic book character.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would have got along very well with him.
Yeah, probably. Probably got in a lot of trouble.
A lot of trouble. Other than that, got anything cool planned for the weekend?
No. I want to do something like fall related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
The grass guys just cleaned up everything and trimmed all the bushes and remulched and stuff. It looks like really nice. I want to get like some fall decor now.
Yeah, that's what I got to do. We travel this weekend. Aiden and I are going to Cape Cod for the Squats with Seth tour.
Right.
And then today I want to go cut the grass and make sure everything's nice and set up for next week so I can do some decorating and put new mulch down and make it pretty. And I got to re-rock some stuff, all that. So figure that out.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Cape Cod.
Fall's back.
I love this time of year.
We're going to be shocked with some 80s next week, I saw.
I saw that.
I just looked this morning and it's back down.
Is it?
Yeah, it's back down into the upper 70s. Oh, back up. It's 79 one of them days. It's going to go from 79 on Wednesday to 66 on Saturday. The fuck is going on? Oh, I love it.
Kim said it was 101 yesterday in Austin.
What?
Yeah.
101.
Mm-hmm. That, like actual temp.
Bro, that's hot.
That's what I said. You don't do anything when it's that hot.
No.
I mean, Texans do. They're just fucking...
Yeah, it's Texas. Yeah. Archery starts soon. Kill a couple deer. Running through the elk meat like crazy.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a few times a week it's being eaten. We've only had it for a couple weeks, but it's getting eaten a lot.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing you've made with it?
I like the steaks, the loin chops.
Mhm.
They were delicious. Cooked them super, super rare, so they were really good. But then just, I don't know, just using it as red meat, making meatballs and sauce and shit like that. It's good. Just want to do it with deer.
Kim would make these, because we used to order like the ground elk
Yeah.
and stuff from, I forget where we ordered that from.
Where did I get mine? Something bison. Nebraska bison is where I bought mine from. They do a good job.
Yeah. I think ours was like Jackson Hole something.
Yeah.
Like they had elk, buffalo. Like,
Yeah.
But she'd make these sweet potato bowls. Like she'd cube up sweet potatoes with the skin and bake them. And then make a bowl with that, the ground elk,
Mm-hmm.
and like just some fire sauce.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Mm.
She wasn't really into elk. She
No?
No, she didn't like the taste.
Yeah,
Just
it's
a little-
different.
It's a little different, yeah.
It's like ground. It's like beef and venison, like a
Mhm.
cross between the two.
Yep.
Venison is gamier.
Mm-hmm.
I want freezers full of game meat, all of them. I don't know why. I just want it all. I want to go kill a buffalo. One guy over at gymnastics, he goes and kills a buffalo every year. Yep, that's what they use that as red meat instead. He's like, yeah. He's like, I go to this ranch every year. We go out, shoot a buffalo, harvest it.
Is that leaner than beef or?
It's about the same, I guess
The
you could
same.
say. Yeah, you still control it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Elk's super lean. Stupid lean. It's crazy.
I had that elk burger the other day. It was fucking good.
I just really liked killing something and then harvesting the animal. I
Mhm.
really fucking enjoyed it. It was super cool. I mean, I could do it a lot. I'd be really into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like skinning an animal and then like packing it out. It's really awesome. It was cool. Something different about it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't quite explain it. Other than that, we're going to go this weekend and lift weights up in Cape Cod. There's probably going to be fire restaurants up there.
I was gonna say you gotta lock something in there.
Yeah, probably find a good place to get some beers.
I've never been to Cape Cod.
Me neither.
Me
I heard
neither.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've heard it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. We also have, we didn't even mention vanilla caramel latte. That's dropping this evening.
Mhm.
That's a big flavor. Tasty, tasty. The girls love it.
I love it.
It's Adeline's favorite. It's Hannah's favorite. It's Emmy's favorite. It's like my number 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
I like peanut butter.
I
Have you seen the talk on the demo crew saying that the peanut butter mixed with a whole chocolate milk
saw
is
that.
the fucking go-to? So problem is I didn't do it. We had the Fairlife chocolate in the house, and then I drank it all without thinking of mixing the shake until yesterday morning after I drank it all. And I said, fuck, where's the chocolate milk? And Hannah's like, you drank it all. I'm like, okay, shit. We don't have another one downstairs. No, you drank that one previously.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So that's the go-to apparently, though.
Yeah, I mixed a scoop and a scoop of chocolate and peanut butter honey.
Oh,
The
yeah?
shake. It's really good.
Mm.
Yeah,
Gonna have to give it a go.
and then the creamy.
I was gonna say, Bob, any new mix-ins?
Which one? With the peanut butter?
Yeah,
Is it good?
yeah. I
That's the
did.
best
I did
one.
peanut butter pretzels as the mix-in,
Really?
dude.
Did you try that in there yet?
And the creamy, not yet.
I did.
Is it good? Really good.
Well, I saw someone did like a coffee creamy recipe, and I'm like, fucking perfect opportunity.
I love coffee ice cream.
Yeah, I've been making these shakes in the morning and putting an espresso shot in it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and
So
then-
that's the moms over at gymnastics. Like, they are so excited because that was their go-to. They would do coffee and then put the protein in their coffee and do the frother.
Yep.
I think that's the deal we have going on tonight, too, with it.
Hmm.
You buy this, you get a free frother.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We're givers, you know.
Oh, shit. Well, good stuff. Bob, as always, it is a pleasure. We had a good day yesterday with the paintings. That was fun.
Man, super cool.
I was excited
Super
about it.
cool.
People-
Great video, Aiden.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
job on
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Aiden is taking over. If you haven't noticed, he takes over the YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is all run by Aiden, just because he is the young inspiration of what we are doing here. So he has ideas. So you're going to see a lot more content. We have the new YouTube show, the bodybuilding YouTube show, starting next week. We have it all set up finally, and he'll be running with that and making sure that constant flow of content is going out from us. A lot of really cool shit planned. Other than that, everybody have a spectacular fucking day. Keep being good motherfuckers.
Bye bye.